Folks, it's already been a long news week, and it's only Wednesday. At least I think it. Okay, yes, it is Wednesday. Case in point right there. And believe me, I know there is a lot going on. I was just scrolling through my Twitter feed, looking at all the bookmarks that I've saved, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, how do I get to all of these? But on that note, there were a couple of very standout advertisements this week. Anti-Trump ads, as always. That's kind of what we covered here. And I didn't want those to slip through the cracks. I wanted to make sure y'all got to see them. And the first one is pretty standard, pretty anti-Trump. It's about his conviction and stuff. And it's very poignant and a little more serious. But the second one that I'm very excited to show you guys is a little bit more fun. It's a bit more of a palate cleanser. And I think we kind of need that, you know, to get us through hump day, through the rest of the week. So we'll start with the more serious one that's still very good and very punchy, courtesy of the Lincoln Project. So this one's about looking forward and thinking about, you know, when you talk to your posterity, if you choose to have some. I wouldn't blame you if you don't. But when people who have children look ahead to the future and try to justify the things that they've done in their past, this ad talks about that with relation to voting for a convicted felon, voting for Donald Trump. So I'll play this one, we'll break it down a little bit, and then we'll get into the really funny one right after this.
What will you tell your kids? That you voted for a felon and a criminal, supported a man found guilty by a citizen jury, went into the voting booth happy to pull the lever for the only former president in history to bear the mark of criminal shame. Will you tell them that breaking the law is how they should live their lives? That lying to their families about porn stars and hush money is how they should behave? Do you want your son to treat women like a man who was found to have committed sexual assault? Do you want your daughter to be a victim of a man like him?
You going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years.
And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab him by the...
Will you tell them that he was honest, that he was a good man,
Very fine people on both sides.
that he treated people the way you've taught them?
Like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you.
Will you tell them you're proud of his cruelty, happy with the ugly insults,
I mean, I'd look her right in that fat, ugly face of hers.
the attacks on women, and the endless lies, that the chaos, death, and danger he brought was worth it? We know it's hard to walk away and put country over party, but your kids are watching. You're not just voting for your future, you're voting for theirs.
Really quite a poignant message there that I think it's easy to get lost, right, in this political polarization that we live in, where it's like, you know, sure, you're voting for what you want and who you think represents your values, but you're also voting for the future of the country, your own future, but the future of, you know, your children, your family, people who are coming after you, and reflecting on the kind of legacy that voting for someone like Donald Trump leaves. It's pretty jarring to think about. History will not reflect well on those people. And it kind of reminds me of something that I saw today that was also very powerful, which was this. This is Representative Eric Swalwell on the House floor, hitting on those same notes of voting for a convicted felon and what that says about your character, right?
This is not about the contempt of the Attorney General. It's about MAGA Republicans' contempt for the Constitution, the rule of law, and democracy. And it's about who any of us came here to fight for. MAGA Republicans are fighting for one person at the cost of what your constituents actually care about. You're fighting for a felon. You're fighting for a felon. On this side, we're fighting for working people. We're fighting for the kids and the teachers and the soldiers and the cops and the firefighters and the bakers and the butchers, people who go to work every day and count on us to do something for them. And you're working for a felon. 12 of his neighbors, people in the community where he committed crimes, made 34 decisions, and 408 straight times they said guilty. So let me make it clear where we stand. We will choose families over felons, verdicts over vengeance, and people over politics.
And that's the side of history that you want to be on, right? 5, not even 5, maybe 2 years down the road, we're going to look back and be like, yep, Yeah, I'm pretty glad I didn't vote for the convicted felon. This is the fun one, so please enjoy. I'll just play it. I don't think I'm gonna give this any lead in because I don't think it needs any. So
New hoax alert. New hoax alert. New hoax alert.
What would happen if the boat sank from its weight and you're in the boat and you have this tremendously powerful battery and the battery's now underwater and there's a shark that's approximately 10 yards over there?
I like the policies. I like the style. I even like the tweets.
I don't pay contractors that do a shitty job, and that's a shitty job.
You remember where you were on 9/11. This is an equally as significant day.
I've done more for black people than anybody since Abraham Lincoln.
Normal, average American. He did great without the teleprompter.
You know what I'd do if there was a shark or you get electrocuted? I'll take electrocution every single time.
Shows that Hunter Biden completed a crime of Congress, of lying to Congress.
Tell him to make the microphone louder.
Get them out of my country.
The other night about that nuclear doesn't matter so much. And no third, I'll tell you what.
Yes.
Then I don't pay the company that does it, right? And then I end up with a story Trump doesn't pay.
Adios. I want my culture back.
Back our country on November 5th, 2024. I finally found the only hero I ever had in my life, and that's him.
What more can be said than thank God we're here in Sunset Park to worship and bring back the greatest president we've ever known in our generation.
I worship a God that defeated death on the cross.
Oh, President Trump is a convicted felon. Well, you want to know something? The man that I worship is also a convicted felon, and he was murdered on a Roman cross.
I don't care about you. I just want your vote. I don't care.
Oh my God. I mean, wow. Sometimes all you can say is wow. Gettysburg, wow. Seriously though, folks, if you ever need to just like take a break from it all, just come back to this video, watch that clip. I'll put the link actually to the Twitter thread version of it down in the description so you can come back and enjoy it anytime. It's just a nice palate cleanser, right? It's just like the sheer delusion that people need to go through to so adamantly believe that this man is not only fit for office, but will do a good job, which we all know he won't. Or sorry, I shouldn't say we all. I shouldn't say we all, right? Because not everyone is convinced that Donald Trump is insane, including, and this is scary, Mitch McConnell. Because despite talking a big shop when January 6th actually happened and admitting it was an attack on the Capitol, when he was asked today, are you going to confront Trump over any of the issues you had regarding January 6th? His response didn't exactly inspire confidence. Take a look.
Tomorrow you're going to the NRC. You haven't spoken to Trump since December 2020, from what we understand. Do you plan to confront any of the bad blood between the two of you or any of the issues you had, including over January 6th?
You know, I said 3 years ago, right after the Capitol was attacked, that I would support our nominee, regardless of who it was, including him. I've said earlier this year, I support him. He's earned the nomination by the voters all across the country. And of course, I'll be at the meeting tomorrow.
Leader McConnell.
Well, we may not be thrilled with his answer, but at least we can be happy that he didn't freeze again. And on that note, and because I'm trying to keep this lighthearted, I just wanted to make this video to keep you guys aware of these things and give you something to kind of laugh at despite these trying times. So on that note, please drop a like, subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate you all being here. We have some great exclusive Patreon content coming very soon. I'm very excited for you guys to see. But yeah, I'm going to end this on probably the funniest moment that I can recall from, I don't know, the past 3 years. And that is Glitch McConnell. Enjoy, folks.
And a string of
Okay, Mitch. Anything else you want to say, or should we just go back to your office? Do you want to say anything else to the press?